everybody, thank you for joining me. This video is in response to a comment I received a little while ago asking me to go through my camera setup, how I record these videos for you guys to watch, hopefully enjoy, whether that be something like an informational video where I talk about how to get your license, or whether that's a vlog video where I'm taking you through my day-to-day. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I use, the cameras I've got, those types of things, and then show you how I set them up. And then in a separate video I'll show you how I put some of this video together so you guys can see that process as well. This video is being recorded on my phone with the phone's audio, so it may not come through as the most clear to start off with, but I will switch over to one of the microphones that I use once I've shown you those. But the first thing I'm going to show you is my cameras. I've got three. The first one being a GoPro Hero 11. They're now up to number 13, but yeah, Hero 11 does 4K video, 60 frames a second, which is typically what I will record the content in, because that gives me the most freedom to crop images in and edit and do all those sorts of things, which we'll talk about in the next video. I also have a Hero 8. This is actually one of the first cameras I got and started using when I first started making these videos. So that's, I say we're up to a GoPro 13 now, so that one's quite old now, but still does everything I want it to do. The quality's just about as good for what I want it for. I also have a 360 camera. It's got a camera lens on the front and one on the back. Effectively, it's like having two cameras in one. I can put that on a tripod or on a machine whilst I'm loading or unloading it, and then throughout the editing software I can change where I want the camera to be pointing, so it gives a better view. That's an older one, but still just as good as what the others are, but you can notice a little bit of a difference in quality if you know what you're looking for. Now, when it comes to audio, that's probably the most important thing. I've actually got three different microphones. I've got this thing, the microphone is actually underneath this. This is what they call a dead cat. This helps eliminate noise from wind and things like that. That plugs straight into this thing here. This is a GoPro Media Mod. On the back of that, just there, is a connection which you plug that into. That mounts around my Hero 11 and yeah, allows me to get the audio from this microphone. I also have this little one here. This one's on a wire which plugs in either directly to something like my mobile phone or something which I'll show you in just a second. Again, this is the one you'll see clipped to my collar here sometimes. I'll use this one if I'm out and about. The wire will get tucked down my t-shirt out the way. But yeah, really good quality microphone for the size and the cost of that one. And then we move on to this one. This one is a DJI wireless microphone. So this is a receiver, a bit like a microphone receiver effectively. And then these things here, if I can pull them out of their box, these are microphones. There's two of them in the box, and there's a headphone microphone input there. So the little microphone, if I get that back now, plugs in. That I can clip onto my pocket and then feed that up to my shirt and clip it on there. These are battery powered, so they have to be charged, hence the big case, and that's what charges it and also stores it as well. Am I putting that in correctly? No, other way around. No, had it right the first time. Doing these videos takes a little while to do, so I've got various different batteries. There's extra ones for my Hero 11, extra ones for the 360 camera, and then extra ones for the Hero 8. Annoyingly, the Hero 8 and 11 take different batteries, so yeah, a little bit annoying that they're not the same, but yeah, bigger battery on the Hero 11, which means it lasts a little bit longer. I do also have this. This is a Volta, it's called. It's a tripod come power bank come remote control, so I can use this hands-free with a camera mounted on the top and stand it up and press record. I use this for stuff typically out of the cab when I'm walking around. I use that a lot more on family videos. I've got another channel with videos for days out and stuff like that I do with the family, and typically use that there for that more vloggy style action type video, if that makes sense, out on a day down the park or whatever it is that we're doing. I've also got this here. This thing bends and twists around to different shapes. You can wrap that round a tree, or I can wrap that round one of the safety rails on the trailer, which I'll show you in a bit, but that's also very handy. On top of those two tripod type things, I've also got this here. This is a magnetic mount. This I use to attach to the trailer, to the machines. This bit adjusts at different angles, and the GoPros clip into there through additional mounts that you have to purchase separately. I've also got this big jaw clampy one, again with one of those attachments on. They work via magnets and twisting, so, and then they are locked into place. You have to flick the little red thing and pull them out, so when they're in there it really isn't going to move, so I can leave that on a machine whilst driving or loading it up, and it's not going to fall off and damage the cameras. This here is another one for the little tripod. Again, same sort of thing, moves around. And I've also got another suction cup one, which there is also additional one in the windscreen as well, but we'll show you that one in a minute when I'm setting up the cameras. They've all got that connection on them, so like I said, just pops in and clicks in, it's done, it's not going anywhere. Just makes it that little bit quicker for me, rather than everything having to be twisted and thumb screwed, as they call it, to mount the cameras. I do have this little light. This is an RGB light, so it does all manner of colours. If I switch that on, and then I don't want to point it directly at the screen, but you can adjust the brightness of it. We can change the colour. There we go. Hopefully that's coming through nice and clearly. We can, if I can remember, I normally just have it on the white, but we can get it to do all sorts of different effects and different things. So yeah, that may not be coming through clearly on there. Use that typically in the morning when I'm doing a video. It might be mounted to the top of the camera, it might be mounted somewhere in the truck up on the top above me, so that you can see me a little bit better, basically. Got a remote control. This is a Bluetooth remote control, works from about 10 meters away, and it controls all three cameras all at once. So I can press that, it will then tell me if all three cameras are recording and connected, and that, for editing the videos together, makes it a lot easier. But it also means I haven't got to walk backwards and forwards between them when I've got one on the trailer, one on the machine, one pointing at me whilst I'm driving up. Yeah, makes it so much easier. I've also got these things, which I don't usually use. These are called natural density filters, I think. Basically, as you can see by looking through it, looking at me, it's like sunglasses, basically, is the easiest way I can describe that. So particularly bright days, and I'm trying to do something fancy with them. Again, typically use them on family videos for days down at the beach. It just stops everything being too bright, so that the video looks good, basically, or at least I hope that's what it does. Each one of the cameras has one of the little micro SD cards in there. They're all at least 256 gigabytes of storage in them. I think there might be a 512 gigabyte one in one of them, but yeah, they're all at least 256 gigabytes. There's a little adapter here, and what that enables me to do is plug into this. Screen needs a bit of a clean on that, but this is my tablet. It's my Samsung tablet Ultra, whatever it is, 14-inch thing. But I can plug that straight in, and then I can look at the videos whilst I'm out and about and transfer them off the memory card to free up space, but also to back them up, so if something does happen and I've got some hopefully interesting footage, then you guys can still see that, because I've not lost it. It's just a backup thing. I've got a big memory card in there as well, so everything's all backed up and safe. The advantage to that is, as well, is once it's all in one place rather than being on multiple memory cards throughout the day, when I get home I can plug one memory card straight into my laptop to edit it, and the transfer is a lot quicker, but we'll talk about that in the next video. So this is how the vlogging setup may look. We've got what they call the shotgun microphone on the top. The media mod is mounted to the Hero 11 and the microphone's plugged into the back. This also is a charger, so I can plug that into the media mod as well if I turn that around. So there's another connection just here. This can plug in, and then yeah, we'd be good to go for a piece to camera, talking about maybe what we're doing or showing you around the truck or where we are, whatever it is that we're doing. But yeah, that's how that would typically look if I was going to be doing something like that. One of the other things I've got is a normal tripod as well, which I can mount the cameras to. It just makes it a little bit easier to have that option as well. I've now put the camera on the flexible tripod so I can show you mounting the cameras and setting them up to actually do a recording. So when I'm doing a vlog style video, I typically use 3 cameras. The Hero 11 with the camera mod on it with the microphone, the Hero 8 with the mount for wherever I need to put it, and the 360 camera. The 360 camera generally gets clipped behind me. The Hero 11 will clip, if I turn this around here so you can see, into there. The Hero 8 goes on the wing mirror typically. I've opened the window. On top of the wing mirror is a mount for that to clip into, and that clips in and slots in there. That won't move, that won't fall out. Let's shut that window whilst it's being a little bit noisy. So yeah, they are all mounted. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to fall. They're not going to cause any issues for anybody or me. So let's use the example that I'm in my yard just getting ready to leave. I've got one camera mounted up the back, one on the windscreen pointing at me ready to record there. I've got this last one here ready to be clipped on the wing mirror so you can see what's happening with the trailer as I'm driving, as an example. So I could do it 2 ways. I could use the remote control, or I could say, GoPro, start recording. That one's going, this one's started, and by the red dot you can see that that one's going as well. What I would then do whilst this one is inside the cab is balance that just there and give a nice big loud clap. That's for editing later on. So I've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras running, and in that editing video I should be able to put all 4 on screen so you can see them all synchronized together. But for now, put the window down. That one's clipped out, ready to go. Window back up, and then we would start our drive to wherever it is we're going, and I would do my introduction, tell you what it is that we're doing, where we're going, that type of thing, whatever it is that I'm going to be talking about for this video. Now when it comes to ending the recordings, wind that window down. Typically we do this whilst I'm stationary at a set of traffic lights or something like that, just because of the noise. I would go, GoPro, stop recording, and each one of those will stop recording. Now I wouldn't get that camera in, it's only because the window is open and it's quite noisy here, but each one of the cameras should have stopped. That one didn't, for whatever reason. Now I wouldn't stop that like I just did there. It's only because I don't want to waste the battery whilst I'm talking about this now. But if that for whatever reason didn't stop recording, if the one on the wing mirror didn't stop recording, that's fine. I just let them do whatever it is they're going to do until it is safe for me to pull over in a lay-by or wherever it is, and then manually stop them from recording. But either the remote control or the voice activation normally works. Makes it a little bit more difficult sometimes with the editing because there's more footage than I actually need, but it is what it is. We've got to be safe when we're doing this, otherwise, yeah, we won't be able to do it. But yeah, that's the cameras set up and stopped recording for part of a video. Now, let's say I'm about to arrive at my delivery collection, whatever it is that I'm doing. Typically, I would pull over somewhere and make sure those cameras are all set up, powered on, because they automatically power off when they're not recording. And I would then start that recording and drive to my collection. Now, if for whatever reason there isn't somewhere for me to pull over that's safe for me to set the cameras back up, I don't record it. It is what it is. I can't record something that's not safe for me to do. Typically then I would record a piece to camera when I arrive at the collection, saying what's happened on the journey or something like that, and then we'd get the cameras set up for loading or unloading a machine. So let's now say that I've arrived on site and I want to set my cameras up for loading up a machine. I might choose to use the magnetic mount to the back of my cab, and then let's say I want to clip this one here, which is just on the side here. The advantage to this one is it doesn't matter which way it's pointing. You can twist it around to whichever way you want in the video editing. What I would typically do, again, use the remote control or voice activation. Voice activation outside is not particularly brilliant because it picks up lots of other noise. What I would then do is a big loud clap so that all the cameras could see me. So I'm going to mount you just there. Not the loudest, but you get the idea. All three cameras now, because I've got my phone still here, are now able to be synced up. I'm able to load up the machines, whatever it is that I'm going to be doing, and then go and stop the recording. That's how that works. But again, it'll make a lot more sense when I show you in the actual editing together video. When I'm doing just a single camera video, it's much easier. I don't have to worry about making sure they're recording. Typically they're done whilst I'm stationary and I'm moving around the cab a lot more, or even outside the cab as well, talking to you guys a bit like I'm doing now. Hopefully that answers the question about how I actually record this content, make these videos for you guys. I will make the video about how I edit them together. That one should be out a few days after this one, so do check that one out. Yeah, if you've got any other questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.